道はありません。気をつけなさい。気をつけなさい。ローズクラッカー。スピナディローズ特注版よ。ヒュッやっふっせっとヒュッ見切りました。そこヒュッ稲光すなわちスピナディローズが特注版よ。やっやっほーそれここより弱滅の時。どれにさらないわ。岩元素ですね。手なさい。それそこ諦めなさい。稲光すなわち永遠なり。ローズクラッカー。スピナーの中盤よ。逃げ道はありません。無駄な努力をやめた。無我の境地。諦めなさい。さようなら。稲光すなわち永遠なり。気をつけなさい。そこ諦めなさい。と裁きの雷。その縁いただいたわ。無我の境地。取るに足らないわ。逃げ道はありません。てっはっふんたてっやっふん。
この美しい風景もそばに誰もいない以上、私の普遍を引き立たせるだけ。
スピナディロースラのロゴマークは
ひゅってはってやっふっそこふってはっ稲光すなわち永遠なり風の行く先を捕まえた見切りました。いやそこまで君は下がってここより弱滅の時風の行く先をや裁きの雷や逃げ道はあります。風を裁きの雷無我の境地見切りました。
僕の出番だね。
ここより弱滅の時裁きの雷次は必ず
君に捧げよう。 今度の飛行チャンピオン。
Yeah, a level 80 Amber. No way. Like, Amber sucks, even in the best circumstances. So, like, I might have considered if they were trying to do a level 90 Amber, and maybe they, like, just cracked the fuck out of her and, like, really built her well. But a level 80, it's like, well, if you haven't even leveled her properly, then the likelihood of you actually have built her correctly to make her at least passable is very unlikely. It's kind of annoying when people are just grieving and like that.
Yeah. 虫けらが神を見ようとはね。逃げ道はあります。わめきなさい。歌え。寿司をよ。よ。酒場け。こなごだよ。裁きの雷。無我の境地。お披露目だ。逃げ道はありません。進圧。 げ道はあります。
どの目が出るかしら。
よっ、稲光、すなわち永遠なり。スイッ。よっ。よっ。
この同点も同点についてのご質問でしたらいつでもお聞きく。
の古いしきたりなんて聞き流してちょうだい。いつか私みたいに何百条ものしきたりを暗記させられても本気にしなくていいから。騎士と貴族のしきたりは似ているわ。ただ騎士は小難しいところが簡略化されているの。よいしょ。はっ。
きます。おさわりき。
難攻不落。
ふっやっ。貴族たちの古いしきたりなんて聞き流してちょうだい。いつか私みたいに何百条ものしきたりを暗記させられても本気にしなくていいから。わめきなさい。いい眺めね。高いところに登れば敵の位置が一目瞭然だわ。へい。早く。
はっ、天道ここにあり。
それよっ。粉々よ。へい。ふっ
岩山八九。
えい。それ。そ。
剣女盤石。
わめきなさい。ふっよっ。粉々よ。よっ。 次の仕事は？視界が開けたわね。やっ早く。そらわめきなさい。やっそれそこ粉々よ。はっよっ結晶せよ。ふっやっ相関化粧。それせい。よっと。そら粉々よ。やっはっジャッジメント。よっ
難攻不落。部外者禁止。それ
Oh shit, that's the shrine in Inazuma, I believe. Yeah. Yep, the Narukami Shrine, that glowing bit over there. One thing I do like about Genshin is all the shit you see. They're really good at like making sure you can like see in the distance. Like there's Dragon Spine, there's the tower that I raised up. You can see the one of the Statue of the Seven in the distance. Well, we're a little too low, but like the tree I resurrected in Sumeru, you can see from a far distance. They're really good at optimizing their game to show these things. Yeah. And I really like how there are things like that too, like the Dragon Spine Tower, the things you can actually like do in the world that changes it. So like if you had a fresh new person playing, they wouldn't have that tower there. They could obviously still explore Dragon Spine, but like these permanent things that you can like just see and be like, yeah, I did that. That was me. Kind of wish we could like redo some of the story events and play through it again, but because like a Dragon Spine, like I've been playing since the very very beginning, so I've been playing for 3 years. So like I can't really remember Dragon Spine that much, like because it was patch 1.1, I know 1.2 maybe, I think 1.2, and so that's when I did that. And it would be kind of cool to redo the story events. Like I know I think they added them in the character archive, or no, not that, the archive, where you can like look at the transcript of some of the events you've done. But it would be kind of cool if like we could just select one of these and like bring the world back to that spot and kind of redo the quests. Maybe at some point. I mean, it'd be a huge pain in the ass because they have to like keep copies of the world and all the assets in every single stage so that they could then rebuild the world for you loading it. But maybe at some point. I love the gameplay, hate the grind. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I understand why they do it. Like the grind is like the thing to do. I mean, like that is the end game. Like people complain that there is no end game. Obviously, talking about like Spiral Abyss, yes, even now there's still just Spiral Abyss as the quote unquote end game. But like the real end game is the grind. So I get that they'll probably never change it. But yeah, it doesn't help, especially when you have to like farm for a new character. Like when Navia dropped, and they have the new artifact set for her. It's like, yeah, anyone who got Navia now has to spend like so much time in her domain farming artifacts for her, and that initial farming of artifacts really sucks because you have like nothing, and so getting like screwed and not getting the set you want just feels like crap. And then when you finally get the set after like farming it so much, you realize, oh shit, this is not the right main stat or not the right piece I need, and that definitely does suck. It's a little better like once you've farmed a few characters. Like when I was like for Raiden's set, like so many characters use this artifact set, and so basically my Raiden is pretty good because I initially farmed her for her, you know, right away, and then for every other character that is also used like that set, when I'm farming for them, if I get a piece that's better for Raiden, because like I got my Raiden's one of my favorite characters, so I'll like she's cannibalized artifacts from other characters. Like when I'm farming for Yai, for instance, I was like, oh look, this feather is slightly better. I'll just give it to Raiden. So eventually my Raiden becomes really good, and the other characters get kind of okay, and then there's like the that's rough. I'm kind of lazy. I don't even like try even for like that kind of ratio. Like if I can, cool. Like I have a few characters that I mean that's a pretty good ratio. I don't think a single one of my characters has a 9 or actually maybe I think Yai has the highest crit rate I have on any character, and that was just like pure luck. It's crit damage. Yeah, I think it was just like look at that, like 11% crit rate. That's just super lucky. How does she have that high a crit rate though? It's like 40. How does she have? Well, whatever. But yeah, like I'm pretty lazy with my artifact farming. I'll usually go for like 50. Yeah, like that. Like I'm good for a 50 100. Obviously, if I can get like higher than 100 crit damage, that'd be cool. But yeah, she's pretty shit because I stacked her so much with energy recharge. Oh yeah, because she has the crit damage weapon. Oh yeah, let's grab. Oh yeah, I guess I did kind of double the crit rate. But yeah, I usually just aim for like 50, 100, maybe 50, 150 if I can get lucky. But like getting at least 50% crit rate is kind of just all I aim for, really. Yep, that's pretty close. Just 1.6% off. That's why I'm not too picky about crit rate, crit damage, because it's like, well, yeah. It's because her weapon gives bonus attack. Yeah, probably. I think there's guides for it that will tell you like exactly what you need. It obviously depends on team comp. Like if you're with other pyro people, you need less. But I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say that goes above 250. I think like 200 is usually pretty good, especially if you get and then like you need even less if you have like the Favonius. So if you have any character with a Favonius weapon, I mean I usually check it up just so I know what like I usually don't check team comps because team comps are relatively simple. It's like, okay, if you just kind of match the elements and all that, that's all well and good. But like the artifacts, I will like look up because I'm too lazy. Because like some of it gets to math. Like obviously when Raiden came out, you're like, oh well, yeah, like stack energy recharge because her passive gives her extra electro damage for every 1% energy recharge, and that doesn't help that much. Actually, I mean, it feels like shit when you're really trying to farm for specific characters, but if you take over time, I like Raiden. I've had Zhongli forever. I have Nilo, but I haven't actually used her. I made a team for her. I have a team comp to test out uh, Hyper Bloom. Could have looked fun. I saw a few guides using her, and that was kind of cool. And so I might give that a try at some point. Oh, you need one of those. Yeah, Zhongli. I mean, I don't think Zhongli is as needed before. Like, obviously, he was like completely cracked in the beginning. Well, I mean, he did get buffed. So, but even still, his shield is still pretty good, even when he was released. And that was like when we had like no shielders. Like we had Noelle, who was just absolute dog shit as a healer. I mean, as a shielder, because of the ridiculous cooldown on her shield. And then we got Diona with Child's Banner, and she was the first shielder, first limited shielder, and she was pretty cool. But like she didn't have 100% uptime in her shield, so that was kind of sucky. Then Zhongli comes around with his shield, but we've gotten much better healers and shielders, or at least more variety. So he's not as necessary. Like I only have him in this team because this is my like exploration team. So this is the one I run around with, farming materials, and he's a great miner, just to be able to like destroy all the rocks But otherwise, most of my other teams, Chongyun. It depends on how you build him. You could, like, he's obviously he has a quick burst, a low energy burst cost. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's the tough thing. It's not really recommended to farm for 4 stars. 4 stars are like a huge trap. You can only guarantee the 5 stars, so it's kind of good. Like if you want the 5 star and they have a 4 star you want, cool. Maybe you can. I mean, I at least try to get one. So like when who's the newest one? Ah, yeah. If you want Rio Thessaly and he's on the banner and hopefully you can get him. I at least try to get at least one character, like one of the 4 stars, like Charlotte. Nice. But yeah, I mean that's how they get you. They want the people who are impatient. I mean, Chongyun appears on banners, and if you pull enough, you will get enough. Whatchamacallit? I think Chongyun does appear in here. So if you eventually pull your if you can wait for the month when he appears on here and slowly constellation him that way. Yeah, Dory's kind of shit. That is unfortunate when there's like a one character you just absolutely hate or have like in this banner, for instance, Candace would be kind of the weak link. Like Sucrose is awesome, Rosaria is really good, Candace is kind of meh. And so yeah, it would suck if rolling for Navia you kept getting Candaces. Oh yeah, actually the shop. Oh, cool, Sayu. Oh, fuck, I already had C6 Sayu. Yeah, whatever.
私とセピロス剣術について学び一人前になった君に復習するのも悪くないわね。
I've had good luck. Actually, I've had much, much, much better luck in Honkai Star Rail. Like this, there's a few times where I get kind of lucky, but like usually not. I think I get about like the average amount of luck on this account. But like Honkai Star Rail, I've had some like ridiculous luck. Like in the light cones for Honkai Star Rail, there was only 2 times where I actually rolled close to pity or like close to hard pity for the light cone, and both those 2 times I got 2 5-star light cones in the same temple. I thought about making a second. I thought about trying a free to play account because I was like, okay, well, it's been 3 years since I played the game. I'll create a free to play account, see what the game is like if I spend no money, and I just forgot your characters feel so weak. Like I have my 3-year-old account with tons of characters. Ganyu is an absolute beast of destroying things on the overworld. Ooh, Kaching. I like Kaching. I've been using her a lot lately. She looks really nice in her little outfit. I'm looking forward to what Ganyu's and Shenha's outfit will be in the next patch. I killed him? Oh, I did. I need some... But yeah, then I tried a free-to-play account, and you just feel so weak in the early game. Like, it was fine when you first started, because, your account's weak. Oh, you didn't know about the Ganyu and Shenhe skin? Yeah, that's going to be in the Lunar New Year, the next patch. And Xingqiu as well. I think Xingqiu will be the free one, Shenhe and... Oh yeah, they changed it in the latest patch. In this patch, they changed how this appears. They allowed an extra row to make it easier to find the things you want. They did a few quality of life improvements. I forget what they all were, but yeah, that was one of them. What else was there? Ah, shit. I kind of wish they would do more stuff like Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail does a lot of things better, like the resin system. Shit.
天理チョーク
部外者禁止。
You can't play it on an Xbox? That's surprising. Because it's on PC. So it's not like that hard to... It's not like they wouldn't be able to easily make an Xbox version if it's on PC and on mobile. Yeah. Like, Honkai Star Rail's resin system is just so much better. So, like, we have 160... I mean, Honkai Star Rail, I think, was at 180 to begin with, and now it's 240. And it charges at a better rate. It's 10 resin per hour, which is just super easy to calculate, whereas Genshin is really annoying because it's like once every 8 minutes. So essentially you get 15 resin every 2 hours, which is just a huge pain in the ass to like remember and like calculate, oh, how much time before I cap. And yeah, Honkai Star Rail has the over cap system where it's like, oh yeah, if you hit 240, then boom, it goes into the little reservoir. So you could. So not only do you have like a 24-hour period. I'm not sure. I log in every day, so I never had that be an issue. I've seen people have over 1,000 or over like 2,000. So maybe it gets that high. But it's just so much more convenient. Like just having a 240, so you have a full 24-hour period where you don't have to log in. That's nice. Like you can just log in once a day and not worry. Whereas Genshin, you have to like either lose out on resin or like log in every 20 hours, or else or even just like log in to condense it or something. But still, like that's just a hassle. They should just flat out adopt Honkai Star Rail's system. And like the weapon banner too. That would be cool. Shit. Oh. Fuck.
剣女盤石
Maybe. I know a lot. Can't get a bit. Who are you trying to make work? You're trying to make Changyin. Changyin. Depends on how you like. Yeah, Changyin's kind of a weird one because he can go either attack or support. You can build him for. You can build him with noblesse. That's a common one. Just a well, I don't have that on him. 4-piece. What the fuck do I have on? Yeah, 4-piece noblesse. Yeah, I mean everyone uses national. I mean it's fine. Like I mean national is good because it kind of showcased how strong like the 4 stars are. You don't necessarily need to pay. But I mean let's see. So I mean if you're gonna go Chongyun, if you're gonna go support, I mean he's good for a freeze team. So you're not waking up. Wake up. Wake up. Ah, there we go. So if you build him more for support, I mean he's good for any freeze teams. If you have, you just gotta be careful for freeze teams because like there's a few ice characters that like will like shit. Oh, I missed you.
天道万象
Oh, he falls down to the ground if I get him stoned. Nice. So like you could use him as support and just uses him for his skill, and because his burst is so such a low energy cost, it's That's why he's like really kind of good for four-piece noblesse, because then you get that. See, do I have four-piece noblesse on anybody? Yeah, here we go. You get that 20% attack bonus for 12 seconds. So his I think the cooldown for his for a 40 energy thing is uh kinda. Except Bennett has Bennett's better. Like obviously, Bennett has a higher can scale your attack higher, and the cool. Actually, I guess it kind of works both ways. But it's you got to be careful for some characters. They have what they call snapshotting bursts. So like Zhang Ling is a good example of that. In that when she does her burst, that's when they calculate. That's when you calculate the damage of it. So that's why when you do her burst, you want to do it within Bennett's field, and then you can run out of Bennett's field, and her burst will still do that increased damage because you started the burst when you were in the field. It's the same thing for Chong Yun. If you have a four-piece noblesse, is that you just do that first, and then you could do other characters snapshotting bursts. But essentially, yeah, like the noblesse is a great all-around support set because it just gives that attack bonus. You'll see a lot of characters be given that. Now, if you want him to be like your main team, oh yeah, yeah, Sayu's great when you have Kaya and Zhang Ling, and you have both of them just zipping around. That's a fun. I like Sayu for that. And then you could use. Let's see. If you wanted to, I mean, you could throw Chongyun into that for extra energy. I think you probably want more Pyro though, because I'm pretty sure that Zhang Ling's burst is way higher in energy cost. She has an 80, and Kaya has. I don't think his is that high. Yeah, 60. So you probably want another Pyro character in that team to get extra Pyro particles so that they both have their bursts up at the same time. I mean, not many people play around with them because, like you could make it work. He's just the early 4-star, or the early characters in general had some weird settings. They kind of tried to do things both ways. Like Venti's a good example of that with his constellations. Where you're like, okay, he's Venti. He's Animo. Well, pretty much every Animo, with very few exceptions, are like support. So they're all about the Viridescent Venerer. But then you look at his constellation, he's like, oh great, extra damage. Like no one's building an Animo character for attack or damage. Like no, they're like dumping everything into EM and that's it. So like that is kind of dumb. That's a more support role. Like this is boosts his damage, but like his damage is going to be kind of crap. It's mostly the swirl reactions that do damage if you build him with EM. So it's a lot of the early 5-star characters and 4-stars kind of have that problem where they have some like they're clearly support characters, but they've been built. They are given constellations that boost their attack. Like Mona, I think had another issue like that too, where it's like, yeah, you just pop Mona on the field, you do her taunt, and then you do her burst for big damage numbers. But like she has like 2 or 3 constellations. Like that's good. And but yeah, like great if you're doing her normal attacks. So like you shouldn't be using her normal attacks ever. That one's good. And yeah, that one's again for her attacks. It's like, yeah, if you're using her normal attacks and charge attacks, these boost their damage, but you shouldn't be. I mean, she's not really built for that. She's just more for support and for huge, big numbers. I made a mono Geo team. I want to build Ningguang to actually be really good. Maybe at some point. Her artifacts still kind of suck. Oh yeah, I built this team to try to make Dea useful. It still kind of sucks. I need more energy. I like this team. This team is fun. Yeah, I mean, that's what he's there for. Like you could use like Freminute, Chung um, maybe a high like if you have like Fiorina or Barbara, so you can get some freezes and Freminute can shatter. Um, and I guess you could throw in Sayu as well. So if you did Sayu as the healer, you could do another Hydro character like Xingqiu. So Xingqiu, Chongyun, Freminute, and Sayu, or you could swap out Sayu for Barbara. And I kind of want to do Beto and Venti a little more too, because I think it'd be kind of cool to have Beto's burst going off while they're all trapped in the void. The problem with Venti, though, you got to be careful with Venti because his burst is really good and is like the best crowd control in the game, but it also raises enemies above your head. So there's always the possibility that Freminute might not be able to hit them with all their attacks, which sucks. That's why like other Animo users are kind of like Kazuha is kind of cool because he can kind of suck them in towards you. Sucrose kind of works the same way where they kind of group them all up. Her burst groups them, tries to suck them into the center, but hers is not as powerful as Suction Force. His is better suction, but like it's just a one-off. Freminute, Barbara, Venti. I mean, I'm not sure. I would. It depends on if can Freminute hit when Venti's burst is active. Like when all the enemies are sucked up into Venti's burst, does Freminute actually still hit the enemies? If they do, then that's fine. If he's missing some attacks, obviously that's kind of like you're missing out some DPS. Presumably like his third attack should hit, right? And like the best teams are the ones like that's why it's kind of good to look at guys in a way because there's oh yeah, I mean Rio is just I really like him. Like I think I used him in the well I did the trial obviously, and then there was that event, the combat event where you get him to use him for free, and he was pretty fun to play. But one thing I kind of dislike about I mean, Cryo Claymore users like, yeah, I have Eula, is that like you can, if you freeze them, you'll shatter them. I mean, anytime you use a Cryo Claymore. So that's like the kind of problem with Chongyun and Freminute and Eula is that if you ever do get to freeze them, then you immediately shatter them and like now they're not frozen. So it's like well, the point of freezing them is to crowd control them. But some of the cryo characters will uncrowd control them, essentially kind of wasting it. But Eula's more like physical attacking anyway, but still, it's just kind of sad that... Yeah. And I mean, the sustain he has, too, with the self-healing is pretty cool. I mean, it does suck that obviously he drains HP like pretty much every Fontaine character, but it is an interesting. Generally, I actually really do like the characters that are catalyst users, like that act as main DPS. Except for Klee. Klee sucks, but like Hazo, I really liked his playstyle. Like having him, punching and kicking and stuff because he's a catalyst user. I always thought that was kind of cool. I don't use Hazo, but I mean, I did build him. He has 400 EM. That's not too bad. She's just so tough to use. There's the Mondstadt talent domain. This one is a humongous pain in the ass. And I didn't, when I first was playing the game, I didn't really have any good, most of my characters were just not, I didn't build for Pyro at all. So I didn't have any good Pyro characters. So I was like, okay, well, I got Klee. Cool, Klee should be really good. Like, that all the enemies in there are Cryo Slimes or the Cryo Abyss Mages. So it's like they all have Cryo Shields, essentially. So she'd be super useful. But that domain, she just really sucks because everything drains your stamina. and her charge attacks are where her damage comes from, where her biggest damage comes from, which also drains stamina. So you're just like, you just never have any stamina, and then you have to dodge all the time because of the stupid ice spikes. It was just a humongous pain. I hated that domain. Nice. I pretty much have no. Well, I mean, I say I pretty much have no male characters. I do have a few early ones because I just need them for your like. I needed them, so I got Child. I actually mostly got Child because I wanted Diona, but like. Except for Navia. Navia is an exception, but like you can kind of see there's a pattern for the characters I don't have. I'd like Navia, but I know that Arlecchino and Clorinda are coming out soonish, and so I don't want to waste. And so I'm saving up. I have a lot of stuff, so I have 50,000 Primo, so I'm in a good spot, but of course, I do kind of like to get the character with their weapon, because usually their weapon just makes it so much better. Although I heard Navia's pretty good with the free weapon. It's also about appearances. Like, Eula just looks so much better with her weapon. No, I haven't used... Well, actually, no, I think I actually am... Like, there's still the... Yeah, there's still certain... Stop that. The Thrilling Tales is still useful. Oh, I think I gave Zhongli the Black Tassel. Oh, and I had the Harbinger of Dawn on my Albedo, but then they released his personalized weapon, so I stopped. And then I had this, so I did actually level them up, and I did make Zhongli. Zhongli used to have the Staff of Homa, and I was building him for higher damage, and then I just gave up. I'm like, nah, I want Hu Tao. I want to use Hu Tao now. Hu Tao, I think I had given Primordial Jade Wing Spear, but she just wasn't doing much damage. So I swapped it out and then said, you know what, screw it. Zhongli, you're going all defense now. You're just here to be a support. And so yes, crit damage is dog shit. I just built... 50,000 HP is not bad. I don't think. I don't think it's his max, but I'm not sure what his max is. So yeah, he is just a shielder now. But yeah, there definitely are some really good 4-star weapons. Like obviously, like yeah, lots of my characters have 4-star weapons, but supposedly yeah. Wait, did I not? Whoops. Supposedly this weapon is really good for Navia. It just looks so... It would look so dumb on her. Like... Yes, Mihayo knows what weapons you want, and so it gives you the ones you don't want. Ah, missed me. But yeah, I'm trying to get like 2 of every weapon. 2 of every 4-star, then I can scrap all the others. I was scrapping too many early on, so some of them aren't ready. Like, I definitely got enough Favoniuses for 2 Favoniuses. I think so. Yeah, I don't think there's any... There's no time gating for this, so it's just purely do it. So it's just... Well, I don't think you even need to do these. Probably at least the first one to unlock it, but then these are just go in, do them. All are pretty easy. I would just say this one. This one I would recommend doing as soon as you possibly can because it's a co-op event. So you have to do this thing with 4 other people, and so the later you wait, I'm not sure if there's like a pity to get in, but like once you get 5,000 points, that's it. and if no one's trying to co-op, then you could maybe get screwed. But then all the other stuff are just like this one's super easy and quick to do. This is also even easier actually and quicker to do. This is a combat event, so it'll be as easy as you want it to be. Although I did see this, I think I saw Enviosity do one of these ones where like because of the talent that child has with his crits and the Riptide, he was able to get like 20 or 30,000 points because the enemies were riptiding, and the riptides were hitting each other, and so it was just a perpetual chain of riptides, and the points were just skyrocketing. It's not that high. It's just it's all about the points. So to get the weapons just 200, so it's like practically nothing, and to get all the refinements is 1,000, and if you do all the events, you max out at 1,600. So you don't even need to do everything and max out everything. So you could do like of the events, these 3 are super easy. They're not combat related. You can do them super quick, be done, and then you could just do there's the point multiplier. So obviously, if you do the ×4, your points will be super high. I don't even think the requirement for it is even that tough. Oh no, this is the combat one. No, not at all. Yeah, this is the co-op one. Co-op one, you just run around getting points. I don't even think you have to win. Winning gets you slightly more points, but I was getting between just try to get as many points as possible, and I was getting between 900 and 1,300 points, and you just need 5,000 to get every reward. This one is just select some scenes. Possibly, yeah. I'm thinking you might be able to. If you max out the 3 events, you might be able to get 1,000 just from that and ignore the combat event completely. But I'm not sure. Because I did it because they only released it bit by bit, so I did it bit by bit for all events. So I'm not sure specifically what the points were, but it was a pretty easy requirement. Let's do this one. Yeah, it's not time gated. Every now and then there's a time gated one, but this one is not. Yeah, he's he shows up again. I mean, he's a relatively minor role. He's just the producer of the movie. If he calls himself director, but it's but we get another director anyway, so it's okay, so you're not really a director, and he's a relatively minor role. I think the story for the event was pretty interesting. I really liked it. It was pretty fun and cool. And I like Ayaka. Although I only like her in her Fontanian outfit. I don't really like her in her default as much. Just the little Kabuto helmet tie just looks so dumb. Oops. And the little red ropes as hair ties. I just didn't like the aesthetic. I mean, I get it. It's a little samurai thing, but still girly. But it just looked kind of. I think you need to do the first quest because it's one of those things where it's oh yeah, you have to do the starter quest, and then the starter quest says, oh, okay, so you might just need to do this first one, and then all the events are open. But let's see. I don't think it takes that. I think the first one is pretty short. Maybe not even half an hour. It's hard to remember because I did it back to back. I did the first event and then did the first quest event and then did all the actual events after that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like story-based games, so I like all the little story bits they have. I do think it does kind of suck that you can't reliably, like you can't increase the speed of their talking. Like a lot of other games have the ability to have them display all the text at once, and I kind of wish they did that. Because sometimes you're just like trying to skip ahead, but you just keep pressing X to skip ahead. And... Hey, Lisa. Kinda. I'm not really that new. I've been doing it for like a few months. I'm just essentially just streaming my dailies. The stuff I'd be logging in to play and do anyway, I just do it. Oh yeah, like if you start now, there's so many quests to do. Like I've seen people who who started after I did, and I'm just like, or I've or seen other streamers play it, and like I just remember, oh yeah, like there was always a complaint way back when, like there was nothing to do, and it's like yeah, because back in like when the game first released, you just had Mondstadt, and there was like so much time gating in the adventure rank, and like you didn't really have much to do for adventure rank. Like it took you a little while to get the dailies unlocked, and then you just essentially had to explore and do dailies day by day before you could get it. But now, like you could just there's all the character quests, and there's tons of them. So yeah, 3 years of content. Oh, it's almost 2 years though. Yeah, I think I put. I play on PlayStation, so I think my PlayStation hours were like, oh shit, were like at 1,500 or something like that. 1,500 hours in the game. I don't know if that's. I played it initially on PS4, so I don't know if it's adding my PS4 hours and my PS5 hours, or if. Oh wow, that's not much. Oh. Photo finish. Yeah, I mean, it can be daunting. I'd just say, like, if you... I mean, it depends on what you like, too. I'm a completionist, so I like unlocking... I like getting the characters, I like getting them all, like, situated. Like, even the characters I don't use, except for Bennett and Amber. They're in my corner of shame, level 20. Even, like, the characters I don't use that much, I still, get their talents to 666, or sometimes I boost the talent that they need the most, like Virginia, it's her shield. Yanfei. I think, oh yeah, I was trying to use Yanfei. I tried to create a pyro team. I think I tried a pyro team for the Mondstadt talent domain with Yoimiya, Yanfei, Zhangling, and Layla. Because her ice shield is stronger than Zhongli's against ice foes. But God, that sucked. It was really a pain in the ass. I've actually had a lot of success in that domain with my Hu Tao team. And Hu Tao I actually got specifically for that Mondstadt talent domain because it was such a humongous pain in the ass. And even Hu Tao is really hard to use Hu Tao in that domain because she just didn't keep Pyro up enough. So I can't remember what I did. I think, yeah, I just stopped leveling talents in that. But then I got Toma, and I was retrying teams. I tried my Yoimiya, Zhangling, Yanfei, Layla team. Did that for a bit, but it was just hard to keep your energy up and to use your burst off cooldown. And I had no healers, so eventually... And Layla's shield is like... It has exactly 100% uptime. So like it runs for 12 seconds, and her cooldown is 12 seconds. So you have to like immediately swap to her the second it falls away, which in the middle of combat is hard to do. So you're going to get hit every now and then. That was annoying. But now I've chosen this team where Hu Tao doesn't give a shit if she loses HP because she has a burst to regain it back, and she does more damage below 50%. And Toma has a lot of good pyro shields. And then Kaza is just a good swirler, and Xingqiu is just there to get her HP. I rarely actually use him in the domain because he'll freeze himself mid-skill. But yeah, like early Genshin has a lot of quests, and there's a lot of shit to do. Like I have another friend who like does it slowly. He hasn't even gotten to Fontaine story-wise. Oh, okay. Yeah, 4K is pretty... Actually, no, maybe 4K is not the easiest to do. I forget what points I got. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, is you need to get a lot of points. You need to do 4 times. It's 2 times? Okay, that's 70. Yeah, I mean, you could try times 1, because at level 40, you might be able to, like, destroy them. And so you might be able to kill enough enemies. You might be able to kill so many more enemies in times 1 that it makes up for the fact that you're not doing times 2, but yeah, it's kind of up in the air. But even still, you don't like you get the most amount of points from just the first one. So you just need 1,000 really for the 50. You'd have to get You'd have to quadruple your score to get twice as many of those points. So to get 50, so it's you'd be 400. Actually, yeah. So if you do 1,000 points for each one of these, then you'll actually be able to get everything from this, because you just need 1,200. If you're missing the 400, or no, it's 50 per. Yeah, so it'd be 200. So you'd be able to get 1,400 theater tickets, so you can still clear out this little bit. Your only problem is the event shop. You won't get enough crap if you don't get all the rewards, I think. Where's that? What do they give you? Yeah, so you'd be missing out on 80 of... So 400 of those little film reel currency things. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just mostly mats you can farm anyway. It's just convenient if you can get it for free, but it's the kind of thing where, like, it's tough in the beginning, but, like, as you build your account and your characters get leveled up and you get, like, teams that you're familiar with and confident with. Oh, really? I like Fontaine. Fontaine was, well, yeah, I mean, Fontaine had some tough bits. Like, there are some enemies that are still kind of a pain in the ass. Like, in the 4.2 area, the new little, like, fencer-type girls, the Fatui agents, those ones are still a pain. Hey, seals. Ah. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, I played this on PS4 to begin with, so it always played well, although I got a PS5, so, like, I haven't been playing... Yeah. But yeah, like, the load times of PS4 really sucked. It loaded everything well, although there definitely were some times, especially... I mean, I think I swapped over around Inazuma times, but it was like when my PS4 would, like, you'd hear the fan running really loud. And maybe because my PS4 was super dusty, but, like, yeah, it was really taxing the graphics card. And I think there was a few times, actually, yeah, when I got my PS5, there were a few times where my PS5 actually shut down from overheating, mainly because I was not dusting it properly, so it just accumulated too much dust, and the graphics card would just got overloaded. God damn it. He hit me. So yeah, like they definitely increase a lot of the shit they do. So you kind of really need a good, really good system to play it well. And PS5 load times are awesome. PS4 with, like, teleport into PS4, it's like 30 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds to I'd be waiting in this load screen for like 20 or 30 seconds. It would suck. And there was, I remember like when the game first came out, there was this cooking event where you had to pick up the cooking event from that Mondstadt eatery and then deliver it. And they would, the second you pick it up, they would start the timer. And you had to teleport to a location and get to the guy, usually like up at the top of a hill or in some kind of hard to reach area. But the timer wouldn't stop when you're teleporting. So like the load screen, the timer's still going in the background while the system is loading. So doing it on a PS4 was really tough because there were some times where you're really cutting it close because you just were going, you'd just be wasting like 20 to 30 seconds loading. And so you'd be getting there with like a few seconds to spare. Whereas maybe if PC would be a little better, obviously depending on the PC. But they haven't done that event since. It's one of the few events they haven't actually repeated. Although now I can do it fine because I have a PS5 and the load times are nothing. Like. I like it in Inazuma. Inazuma was a nice place. But yeah, as you play the game and level up and get more characters like leveled up, like it really increases your like having more characters just really helps. Obviously, Dory kind of sucks. Like you could make her work, but having more options is always good. Oh yeah, Ganyu's cracked. Like there was obviously the free to play crafted bow. That like people were like, oh yeah, I think there was a brief moment where people were thinking, oh my god, that's one of the really cool weapons. I mean, Dory's not like bad. Like the fact that she gives energy back and heals is super useful. Like that is helpful. It's just that like it's that her skill is just kind of like useless. I mean, the skill is just, like having her skill be a damage skill is just like, well, that's like who cares? Its only use is just to get energy particles. So like, and then like, oh cool, like damage, great. Like she's not her thing scales of HP. Yeah, so you want to scale her on HP. I gave her the bell. Finally have a use for the bell. But oh yeah. Sharpshooter was super easy. You have a lot of leeway on that. Yeah, like I had the bell for I mean, obviously the bell was completely useless. She's like the only one who could possibly use it. But like if you get her up, what was it? Like yeah, the healing is cool. Energy regeneration outside of the burst, like that's kind of useful. Like obviously, if you give her like the Favonius instead. What the hell is it? Yeah, if you give her like the Favonius and get her crit rate up, like that combined with her burst means that she could be a pretty good energy battery. So if like energy battery and healer, so like there are uses for her. You could like definitely work your way around it. But like yeah, the fact that you're tethered, you're tethered to her little genie bottle, and the genie bottle. Like if the genie bottle followed you, it would make Dory far more useful. But I get why they don't. It's like yeah, it's down there, so there's the tether, so you can apply Electro with the tether. But like, it'd just be more convenient if the genie bottle followed you, so you didn't have to worry about outranging the healing. That's why like healers that have heals that stick with the character, like Barbara and Kuki, can be a little more convenient than the ones that plant something on the ground like Kokomi that you have to like stick around, especially if you're doing like combat events where enemies just keep running away.
わめきなさい。
揺らぐことなし。天道万象。
相関結晶。
Yeah, the sharpshooter event was super easy, and then the filming stuff is super easy because all you have to do is you have five scenes. You just got to select the correct background, which is really easy, and then every now and then select the narration. So it's like a 1 to 2 minute thing for each of those events. That's super quick. The combat ones are just kind of the longest because it just takes time for you to select your team. It takes time to actually do the combat. The marksman thing takes a little bit of time too, just because like sometimes you kill all the enemies, but you have to wait for more to spawn in.
願王帝君のために部外者禁止。
I guess Dory's not like super bad. Like if you don't have other healers, she's fine. It's just that there are better ones, better, more easy to use ones like if you need an electro healer, then Kuki is better. But energy regen is still kind of useful. I think Dory is definitely more useful for newer accounts because the energy regen will be even more helpful. But then once you get everything built better and more teams, so you can use resonance and have them with the correct sets, then Dory kind of becomes less useful because you don't need the energy as much. Although, actually, I'd be kind of interested to see, like, if you did Dory and Nahida, if Dory's little tether was going, constantly applying Electro, and then you could have Nahida just doing her normal attacks to get aggravate reactions, that would be kind of interesting. Oops, that's not the right one. Oops. But the game definitely gets more fun once you've built your characters. Once you've gotten a few good ones that can help you farm. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Crap. Like once I got Ganyu in that first year, it made overworld farming so much more easy. Made getting materials just more convenient. In theory, not. Supposedly, the Tignari's bow is better for her. Did I get that? I don't think so. No. So, it's like it was her best, simply because like she does a lot of charge shots. Increasing her attack is super useful, and it increases charge shot damage. But yeah, Tignari's one has. Because so like Ganyu's like best in slot artifact set was also the Wanderer's Troop one, which is the one that gave you 80 energy reach or 80 EM, and then increased your charge attack damage by like 40% or something like that. But the problem is that you had to really, really build that set well. Like it needed to be like, really good rolls for it to be better than the Blizzard Strayer. So it was just easier to get a Blizzard Strayer. Although by this point in the game, if you've been playing since forever, you'll have a ton of Wanderer's Troop just lying around. Because you get it from every single elite boss you do. And that's why Tignari's bow, it gives you like, I think it was like, it increases your damage based on your EM or something like that. It was, do we have it? Do we see it in the archive at all if it's not, if I don't have it? Oh, I can't see the stats of it. Oops. Oh, I see, it's by this one, Hunter's Path. Yeah, so I can't see the stats of it. But it gives you like EM, and then also improves your charge shot damage, or maybe just general damage overall, based on how much EM you have. So the Wanderer's Troop, which in theory was Ganyu's best artifact set just because of the charge attack damage boost, with Tignari's bow, that 80 EM you get from the two-piece set now actually has a purpose and improves her damage even more. So that is her best in slot, but even if I wanted it, like this just looks so much better on her. So I'd still probably keep it. And it's also because like Blizzard Strayer has the problem. It's a good artifact set, but like it only, I mean, and being affected by cryo, like that's easy enough to do. But like, the additional 20% crit rate when they're frozen is hard because you can't like freeze non-elemental enemies. So you have to have her in a freeze comp, a Hydro, as well as her to actually freeze them to get the full 40% crit rate. So like there are situations where Blizzard Strayer is not great because you're not getting the full 40% crit rate. That's why the Wanderer's Troop can be better if you build it right. Like I think I gave Tignari Wanderer's Troop just for shits and giggles. With the idea that if I rolled really well on the set, Jesus Christ, 13% crit rate, that's really good. Wow, another 13, yeah, see, that's the cool thing was when you have so many Wanderer's Troop to work with building it. Because I think because his damage also comes from his the Wreath Arrow, kinda. Because this just lets you get some. Oh yeah, she's really nice. I've been running around Fontaine with her a lot. Is that next bit? Or is that the next half of this? Oh no, I see. It's here. Yeah, she's up right now. Yeah, I just don't like the hair ties. I don't. The little Kabuto hair tie and the little string, I just didn't like that. And like the armored samurai plating. Yeah. It's really good for Navia, supposedly. I mean, it's a pretty good weapon overall. Although you have to like have help the Melisweens out, which if you're a completionist and like doing all the world quests and all that shit, then that's not really a huge issue for you. I just kind of wish you could tell. Supposedly, equipping the weapon lets you know if you have it all, but it's actually a really good weapon for Sayu too. Like I gave her the Wolf's Gravestone because I like her, but it's a really good weapon for her because it gives her energy recharge, which is great for a healer, and the passive is boosting attack, which she's an attack scaling healer. So, and it kind of like matches her aesthetic, a little childlike. It just is not going to beat this in raw stats. Yeah, I mean, generally, it's best to get. Oh, I see. To get the mats. I mean, you should be able to get a decent amount of the stuff if you clear out the shop, because obviously the shop has the weapon materials. So you should be able to get it maybe to 50, based on purely the Ascension materials. Obviously, you have to have the crystals, but... Aw. Yeah. Yeah, the beginning of the game is the toughest part. When you have nothing, it just takes a while before you get a big pile of materials, and then once you have that pile of materials, it just is easier. Every subsequent one. And then once you have a good few good characters. The sharpshooting one, or the roses and muskets in general? Oh. I mean, it makes sense. Oh. Because that would be a little too on the nose. Like Honkai Star Rail has shown that they're fine with doing all the puns and references and stuff. So it could be that that's it, they chose that intentionally. They chose something that was, a synonym for Guns N' Roses. And they obviously have to switch the order too, because if they said muskets and roses, it would be too obvious. So they have to swap it. Be like, look, it's obviously an homage to Guns N' Roses, but. Some of the achievements are named with puns, so I think they do get it. I think it was probably intentional. Let's see, and then Zhongli is perfect for these moments. There we go. That is what I use him for the most. Yeah, I'll switch back to my friendship party. No, I need more of those too. I've been farming, so I'm running out of stuff. So I need those yet. Okay, I think that's about it for me today. And I actually haven't eaten my lunch. I spent much longer than I was planning on doing this, but I had fun doing it. It was nice chatting with you. I typically stream. Oh, I stream pretty much every day. I just do these during. I just do my dailies while I work out. So I usually be on my treadmill. I'll just log in. That's one of the cool things about doing it on the PlayStation is I can hold the controller in my hand while I walk on my treadmill. And so I thought, well, I might as well just stream it while I'm doing it and post it on YouTube. So I have my YouTube channel too. That's I just take the VODs. It's essentially just full of my VODs. Oh, thank you. You too. And good luck with your farming and the event. It should be easy enough to at least get the weapon. And then, if you want, you can work on the combat thing. The combat events do kind of suck when you don't have your account built out and you can't like get the team balance that's best for the event. But I mean, they do provide you some trial characters. So I don't have Navia, so I was actually trying her out in one of the combat events. Was leaning more into the crystals or having crystallized reactions. So I actually was trying out Navia in that event, and it was kind of fun. So I'll see you next time, maybe. But if you miss it, you can always just check out my YouTube and see what I've been up to. Or I typically stream around like noonish because I do it during my lunch break for work, and same for like weekends. Usually around weekends, I'll do it around noonish. So I also play Final Fantasy 14, Genshin. Sometimes I stream Honkai Star Rail. The Honkai Star Rail, I don't usually stream my dailies because those dailies take like no time at all. But if I'm doing like simulated universe runs, something that takes actual some time, I might stream that. And then I've been playing through the Spider-Man Remastered, so I beat the DLC 3. So I might start on Miles Morales sometime soon. But anyway, it was nice chatting with you. I'm gonna go ahead and log out and see you next time.